Hello, everyone. Crista Cowan here with another episode of the Barefoot Genealogist. This is our weekly 1950 census update. And I have a big update for you today. We are in week 5. That's super exciting to me. And one of the things that Ancestry has been promising all along is that we would get this census out to you as quickly as possible. We made the images available within less than 48 hours on the site. Each week, I've been coming here and letting you know about the new and updated states that have been completed through indexing. Now, you may remember we've talked about the fact that Ancestry actually ran the entire 1950 census through our new proprietary handwriting recognition technology. That artificial intelligence was able to generate a full computerized index of the entire 1950 census by April 9th, and then we delivered it to Family Search. You ready for the big announcement? So, as Family Search volunteers have been reviewing that index, the index has proven to be very accurate. And so what that has done is given us the confidence that as of this morning, Ancestry has released an early version of the entire searchable index for the 1950 census. It is now available fully for all of you to search. All states, all territories. Did I just lose you all? Stay with me. I'll give you a couple of other pieces of information, and then you can go and search to your heart's content. So this 1950 census index, now as of this morning, fully searchable online, super excited about that. You're going to be able to save the records just like you always would. You're going to start getting hints over the next couple of weeks to some of those records, just like every other census on Ancestry. But in parallel, we are going to continue doing the review of the handwriting recognition index in partnership with Family Search. So we haven't released a full index to all the fields on the census yet, just some of the primary fields that you're going to be using as you search. And so you can go search, you can see exactly what fields are available. And then as volunteers like you and me, I'm still volunteering my time over there. As we review that index over at Family Search, we're going to continue to publish the complete, fully reviewed, fully curated index state by state on Ancestry, just like we have from the beginning. And I'll be here to keep you updated on that. Probably will continue doing this each week. So if you want to go help review, you can still do that at familysearch.org/1950 census. If you want to start searching, let me just share with you where you can go to start doing that. So on Ancestry, if you go to ancestry.com/1950 census, right in the center of the page, right now it says Browse Now. We will update that eventually, but that's going to take you to the 1950 census database page. Okay, so you can search just by doing a search all collections, and 1950 search results will come up in your search results. Or if you want to do more focused searches, you can go directly to this 1950 census database page. And like I mentioned, it is now fully searchable. So if I come in here, for example, and I search on my surname, what you're going to see as the search results come up, 19,000 people with my last name. And we're going to just start in Alabama, it looks like, and work our way through the states as we see those search results are now available for every state. When you click through to view the records, again, just like all other censuses on Ancestry, you're going to be able to save that record directly to your tree, attach it to the people mentioned on the record. Of course, you're always going to want to view that original image. I like to open it in a new tab so that I can toggle back and forth between the actual image of the census and what information was captured there, and the index of the census and what information was captured there. You're going to see here, these are the fields that we indexed. So there will be additional fields on the record, and then those additional fields, like I mentioned, as we receive that curated index back from Family Search, those will be rolled into this index view. So that's going to be things like occupation and that kind of information. You'll notice that is not here now. Same thing with addresses, a couple of other fields there. So that's the big announcement. I can see all of you asking questions. And so let me go ahead and just take some of those questions now. So it looks like Charlotte is asking, do you have to be a paying member to see it? No. The 1950 census is completely free on Ancestry. So no subscription is required. Of course, no subscription is required to have a family tree on Ancestry either. And so you can put your tree on Ancestry, search in the 1950 census, save those records to your tree, and all of that is free. The 1940 census is still free after 10 years, so you can access those records as well. The 1880 census is free. So there are about almost 1,000 free databases on Ancestry. And then when you're going to hit that paywall is when you want to access some of those other historical records. Okay, I'm seeing some of you just so excited about this, offering kudos and congratulations and well done to Ancestry. I just want to offer my thank you to the teams here at Ancestry. We have a data science team led by Azadeh, who created this handwriting recognition technology that allowed this record to allowed the census to be completed this quickly, and that's super exciting. We have content teams and other teams in engineering, some of whom worked all night last night to get this collection online and available for you today. And so and they've been working late and long hours for the last 5 weeks. So I'm really grateful. The genealogist in me is thrilled to have early access to these records. The Ancestry employee in me will accept your thank yous and congratulations and make sure that those are relayed to the teams here. Okay, so a few other questions. I just want to make sure that we answer. So I'm seeing a couple of questions from Gloria and others about all the people listed as not at home on the census. So I've reviewed this in weeks past, but I just want to make sure we're super clear on this. What we're looking at with the 1950 census is the first time we're actually seeing the census taker's record. Previously, the census taker would go through and he would write down the information as he visited the households. He would mark who wasn't at home and all of that, right? And then he would go back to those neighborhoods. And then when he copied that information to send to the enumeration district supervisor, the copy is what ended up delivered to the federal government, ended up microfilmed, and the census that we all use. So these 1950 census images are actually the census taker's original notes. So you see all the not at homes. They go through a second pass of the neighborhood several pages later. So if you're browsing the records, like just going through image by image through a particular neighborhood, you're just going to look for where it says not at home. Next to it, it should say sheet 72, line 4. And so you just page your way through looking at the sheet number. On the second pass through the neighborhood, they started renumbering the pages or the sheet numbers with 71. So it didn't matter if the previous sheet number was 12 or 27. The next one would be 71. And then they would go through the neighborhood again and catch all of those. Of course, with the index, you're not going to be going through that page by page. You're just going to be searching for someone, and they should pop right up on the sheet that they were enumerated on to begin with. So hopefully that's helpful. Okay, let's see. The handwriting, some of you are praising the handwriting recognition and talking about how useful it is for this and how impressed you are with this and how it's worked for this census, and you want it now applied to other records, and so do I. That's super intriguing and interesting, and I love that. Some of you are commenting on the fact that you used what you thought the address was where your family lived in 1950 and you haven't been able to find them. So I hope you have a very, very productive afternoon today. And then some of you are asking about the need for people still at Family Search to curate the index. And the answer is yes, absolutely. So I will continue to spend a little bit of time each evening reviewing a set or 20 of records over at Family Search, because we want those to be done, because we want those full searchable indexes. So we've just released an early version of the index based on the accuracy that we're confident about from the handwriting recognition technology. So the full 1950 census is now searchable with that early index with some limited fields, but we are still working with Family Search to curate the index. And as each state is completed, we will continue to update the records for that state in that 1950 census database on Ancestry. Okay, those were some great questions. I hope you're super excited about the records coming online. I'm seeing some of you asking, when is this state going to get added? When is that state going to get added? You may have missed the announcement at the beginning, so I will just make it one more time here as we wrap up. As of this morning, the complete 1950 census index is searchable for all states on Ancestry. And it is an early version of the index based on handwriting recognition. We are still curating that index, and we'll be updating and enhancing it state by state as we go with our partnership with Family Search. But in the meantime, please go dive into that 1950 census database. Start finding those people you haven't found so far. I have a couple still on my list, and saving them to your tree. And until next time, I'm Crista Cowan. Have fun climbing your